What's up? It is his lordship in the building. Test 1 2, mic check. Professionalism, decorum, class, structure, intellect, maturity, broadcast excellence. Broadcasting is an art form. Engineering is an art form. When people brag about compensation for work and compensation for this, for your display and for your presentation, people want to get what they pay for. You know what I'm saying? They want, if your shit is fucking up, your audio fucked up, your show cuts on and off, your graphics and shit, you always borrowing somebody else content, playing somebody else stream. People ain't gonna dig that deep in their pockets. It's like, what do? All you do is step up to the mic on the app and talk shit and act ratchet and assume shit and spread gossip, rumors, and hearsay. You see what I'm saying? There's no compensation for that. I mean, do you do your own cinematography? Do you own a camera? Do you at least connect a microphone to your phone or your computer? Half these, I would say 90% of the videos I make is not on my computer, and you would never know because I attach a microphone to my phone to do the audio. In that last video I did with the statues, where you see the, I guess you can see the civil rights leader and doctors and stuff in the statue. I just so happened to be at that location. I said, oh, that's a beautiful statue. I'm going to use that for my next video. So I just took my phone and I took the iMovie app and I filmed the statues. And then I went to the top of the parking garage, filmed the area, and then I went inside a vehicle that was pretty airtight and quiet and recorded the audio. Just like the video on the cycle riding down the city block. I overdubbed the video, I overdubbed my voice, but you can still hear the audio of the street and the wheel and the atmosphere. And I used a microphone, a condenser mic with a sponge. And if you like how my voice sounds on that video, I recommend this mic called the Meteor. It's probably $69 or less. It's made out of metal. You can use it with your phone or computer, and you can plug your headphones into it, and you can hear yourself, and it has a mute button and a volume button, the Meteor mic. So when people ask for compensation and respect and contributions, what do you get for your money? That's all I want to know. I just recommended a microphone. I think that was something that you're going to leave this show with today that could be quite useful. So when you go watch somebody's show, ask yourself when it's over, did I leave with anything that was useful today? You see what I'm saying? So shout out to Reef Wilson's in the building. And yeah, most people are asleep or whatever. I like to do my shows like this because I don't want no riffraff coming to my show when during the day and shit. I don't want no riffraffs coming to my show. I just want Real thinkers, mature people, and critical thinkers, people with positive attitudes, people that won't misunderstand what I'm saying, people who can actually comprehend what comes out my mouth, because I am tired of being treated like a stepchild. Now, there's only a certain species that will disrespect you and then try to make it look like you disrespected them, and then turn around and say you owe them something. I was disrespected because somebody didn't know the difference between a generalization and a stereotype. I was called a homosexual. I was called a homosexual because I know the difference between a generalization and a stereotype. I was constantly interrupted, called out my name. I couldn't complete my thoughts and my sentences. And if you knew the difference between a generalization and a stereotype, you would have never got your feathers ruffled. You would have perfectly understood what was being said, but because the audio was fucked up and people use that fucked up Streamlab, you know what ruins the black community? Streamlab. It makes motherfuckers lazy, and the chat is so delayed. By the time you see the chat, you don't even get the point that was made. And then your channel is so goddamn ratchet that you think every time somebody say something, they're trying to be disrespectful or smart. I don't go around to people's channels being disrespectful or saying shit smart. I say intelligent things, but I'm not trying to be smart. How we use the word smart in the black community, which is crazy, because everything positive we done turned around and made it negative, and everything negative we done turned around and made it positive. You see, the most weirdest shit is held up to the highest esteem, and the low key shit and the regular shit is boring and uninteresting. You see? Shout out to C. Wilson in the building. Yeah, so, people need to know that it's a hater's world out there. And I'm going to play some sound bites from my Haters World channel that was blocked. Many of my channels was blocked because people don't know the difference between a generalization and a stereotype. You see? And I don't blame the host of the channel. I actually like the host of the channel that blocked me. It's the mods. But one mod is excluded because she's educated and she's cool with me. And people who are cool with me know what time it is. They know that I am Switzerland. I am neutral. I don't hold things against people. I don't say, ooh, you was in my enemy's chat, so I gotta take your wrench. Oh nah, you two-faced it. You be hanging out over there. Don't come over here. No. Anybody that got a problem with me, your people and your moderators are free to come over here, have a good time. You might even get a wrench because we don't use them here. I don't even know when I started this channel. This is my backup channel. We've never blocked anybody. Over 2.5 years. Nothing. Nathaniel. Enemies hang out here in my chat. People who don't like each other, but they like me, hang out in this chat. Because that's how mature this channel is. You see? And I don't like being misunderstood. I was misunderstood. But a stereotype is not a synonym for generalization. Look up generalization synonyms. Stereotype is not there. It's not even the opposite. of generalization. It's in two different ballparks. And since black folks only know one search engine, go to that one search engine and look it up for yourself if you don't have a dictionary in your house. You see what I'm saying? And yeah, we don't yell over here, but I try. I hope I give people the benefit of the doubt. I measure everyone against LaTanya Jones. If you if you don't drop down to her level, you all right with me. But if you drop down to her level, then I put you in the same box as LaTanya Jones, because she did the same shit. Because somebody said, "What's your favorite author?" She got pissed off for that, but she says she read books. So we said, "What's your favorite author?" Don't say you read books if somebody asks you what's your favorite author and you get mad. You could have lied. You lie about everything else. You could have lied about that. I mean, you could have named the author that be on the Oprah show or something. Alice Walker or somebody. Alice, one of them people. That's a given. You ain't even gotta try to mention Frances Quest Wilson or Francis Diop or James Baldwin or Marcus Garvey or Elijah Muhammad or you know what I'm saying. So people got offended because I said you don't have no books in your house. But did I call anybody a bitch or a whore or a slut or a tramp or a scam artist? You know what I'm saying? I was making a generalization to strangers, but strangers took it personal and internalized it. Now, if I was stereotyping people, I would be offended too. If I got into your chat and I stereotyped you, or if I got on your panel and I stereotyped you, that would be fucked up. Especially if I know you. But if I'm talking to complete strangers and I'm making a generalization, how the fuck can you be offended? How could you internalize it? Well, there's one little tiny, teeny weeny, teeny itsy bitsy thing. I never tell anybody this, but his lordship is psychic. Yep. So what I said, it hit home, and it was purely accidental. I had no intentions of, putting people business out there, because I don't know anybody online. A generalization can be stepped away from. You can make a generalization to me and I'll say, it's interesting that you say that. I'm sorry that you feel that way. I don't know where you live or the people that you deal with, but I don't know people like that and I don't act like that. But no, I had to be called a faggot and a nature boy sympathizer. All the I got 3 channels of anti-carbonation videos for the past 2.5 years. How the fuck am I a nature boy carbonation sympathizer? I ain't never even tried to clout chase that nigga by talking to him. Every time he say something, I make a video discrediting it, like his whole zodiac bullshit. It's 13 signs instead of 12 zodiac signs. So all your horoscope shit is bullshit. And if you pro-black and hotep and conscious and aware, why would you ignore the 13th sign, which is a black man in the sky, which is the largest zodiac in the sky. You just can't see it because it's in the southern hemisphere, so you can't see it from North America. Nobody respects American astrology. We the only country that don't know about Ophiuchus, aka Imhotep. Do your homework. Gonna tease me and make fun of me because I read books and own books. I guess this day was gonna come. I guess I didn't see it, but I had a feeling this day was gonna come. You ain't shit unless you been to jail. You ain't shit unless you been burnt. You ain't shit if you straight. You ain't shit if you married the mother of your child. You ain't shit if you raised your son. He ain't never been incarcerated or in juvenile or detention or suspended. You know, it's all good. It's all love. So when I speak from personal experience. I'm a black man who only worked for black businesses all my life. In every black business I was in, it was predominantly women in that building, right? Never disrespected them, and they never disrespected me, and they felt safe around me. I've never made a pass at them. I never made a pass at my coworkers. I never slept with my coworkers. I kept it professional. And that's how I roll. I used to mentor at one of the most expensive private schools in this city. Mentor. Also, I used to work for the juvenile probation program, or the juvenile probation for the city, and I used to help the kids with personal grooming. You know. So, yeah, and that wasn't volunteer. That was on the payroll, $28 an hour. And that's why I quit, because I said it wasn't enough money. But I did it for about 3 years. And the first 9 months, my check was being garnished. And did I complain? No. I still showed up and helped the kids to help them look good for court and for the job interviews. That's how I roll. So yeah, you could block me, but when I'm blocked and people know that I'm blocked from your channel, this is the type of man that they don't want in their chat room. This is the type of man they don't want on their panel. They want that other type of nigga on their panel. You know, and I just can't do that. I can't be, extra like that. I'm boring. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. Cynthia G blocked me. Shit. Cynthia G was probably one of the first motherfuckers to block me. What's another one? I put them all in the same category. Some lady that was going after Kanika, Monica the something. She tried to be all religious and holy, but has a upside down crucifix on her avatar. It's like they're like cults. They're like cliques. I was kicked out of her chat room because every time she tried to hold a prayer in her chat room and stuff, I didn't say the right words. I didn't say amen all the time and all that. But I was like, how can you be Christian and your avatar has an upside down? I can't help it if I'm very observant and I listen. I don't overtalk people. I don't over text in the chat room. I listen and I go, oh, wait a minute. What about, they hate when you question. That's how Latanya is. They hate when you question something that they said, not me. But what I hate more is to be misunderstood. You want to get on my nerves? You want to get on my bad side? Misunderstand me. and then not be my fault because you don't know the definition of simple words. You know, by now, after all, I know some of us ain't been to school in a long time, but by now, there's just a certain amount of words. We should know the definition. Now, I know on the street, we try to change what words mean, you know, like clout and truth and you know, carrying someone, all these new pseudo words that these people are of alternative lifestyles are using and shit like that, and some words that people use in the conscious community, but they still have, in the real world, they still have the same definition that the majority of people see that word as. And I know in the hood, certain words mean certain things, like bad mean good. You know, she bad. And truth mean lie, and trust mean I love you. When somebody say I love you, they really lying to you and hate you. We're friends now. That's bullshit. You click a button and we friends now. You know, I support you because I click sub. I ride for you because I blocked somebody. Look, I blocked somebody for you. But now I understand times are hard. Now, if you got people who have a wrench that financially supports you, I am not mad at you if you step back and don't say anything when they unjustly block somebody from your chat room. Get your coins, because it is hard out there for a pimp. You see, I got blocked again for putting myself down in the chat room. I said, I don't get any money. I don't get a penny. And I said, nobody ever shouts me out, so I'm going to start shouting myself out. And I got blocked for that. So anyway, you want to see receipts, and you want to see how much I kept my cool and my calm, and you know, and stay the same reserved person I've been. And there's not one person on YouTube that can say I doxed them. There's not one person on YouTube can show any evidence that I put their address out, their government name, a private picture, or dox their work or work phone number, or call their landlord, or call their boss, or did a background check. There's no evidence. My hands are clean. But the people who make those claims about me are the ones that actually do the dirt. Latanya doxed me. She put out a private picture, not a public picture, but a private picture, because I don't have a social profile. So that means somebody in a private Google Hangout that I trusted a long time ago gave her my picture and my government name. So she's the criminal. I'm the victim. You see what I'm saying? I never ever made the mistake of doxing myself. I don't roll like that. And if I dox myself, if I can't fix the situation, I would say, you know what? I fucked up. The other day, I showed my mother's phone number because I don't know how to use this stupid app. But you know what's destroying the black community? I'll say it again. StreamYard. Because motherfuckers get on there and show their ass. And because the chat room is so slow and delayed, when they finally get around and read what you're saying, they take it out of context and misunderstand who you talking to and what you're saying. And there's nothing more frustrating than that, and there's nothing more unprofessional than that. Get another device, get a tablet, or iPad, or a secondary phone, and read the goddamn chat on time. Fix your audio and shit, you know, and start making your own content, you know. I'm the realest motherfucker that ever went after carbonation. I may not be the king of content. I may not drop the T all the time. And I do like the T. I do remix the T's videos and stuff. But hey, the T do intros now. So I guess we rubbed off on each other a little bit. But I'm cool with everyone. And everyone don't gotta like me. I just don't like when people get mad at me over some shit they don't understand. That they refuse to go take a second look. You know how many times during a live show I have conceded to a fact? I have no problem to concede. I'll be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna have to look into that. But knowing that you never lied to me and you're correcting me, I'll go, hey, you might have something there. For now, I'm gonna take your word for it. Thank you, Key Dad Man, or Donna Harris, or Vicky, or Observant Stuff, or Madiva, or Mojo. Everybody in here know how I roll. It took her 2 hours to stream bees. Well, when she was in the mental hospital, it used to take her 8 hours. That's how she learned. See how rumors and gossip spread so quickly? You see how smooth rumors and gossip and lies flow out people's mouths? You see, that's very dangerous. When people go after Nature Boy, I don't have a problem with that because I don't like carbonation either. But you know what's worse than Nature Boy? People who do witch hunts, because that will destroy the whole movement. Because Nature Boy can say, look, they are harassing me. They are gang stalking me because right here and right here and right here and right there, they lied and made up some shit. You see? So you got to be very acute and you got to be very on point with your information. And because you don't have a journalist license and you don't have a private investigator's license, nobody's going to take you serious anyway. So you can say whatever you want and you won't lose your license. There are YouTubers with journalist licenses. They don't say anything, but they never cross the line because they can lose their license. They can get fined. They can get sued. You see, there's a lot of retired people who used to work for news stations and stuff, but do YouTube shows because they have an advantage because they have a prior experience. But I be looking at these people with corny ass background, can ass background music, and corny ass graphics, and all kind of shit going on, and they're popular as fuck. So it don't matter how professional you are and how you set up anything. If people don't identify with you and don't like you, if they don't think that you represent them and where they're from and how they was raised, they can get 2 cents about you. But I'm willing to live with that. But can you live with that? People are wrong quite often, and they keep moving and they keep acting like nobody saw you fall. I saw you fall back there. I wanted to ask you, was you okay? But every time I say something to you, you get offended. And I know the feeling. I remember I crashed on my bicycle and this lady said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Fuck you." The reason why I said that is because obviously I'm not okay. I look hurt. I'm damn near crying and my bike is fucked up. See, we got to change. I changed. I was young. That was my excuse. I was young and immature. I was a teenager. Now I'm an adult, but I run into adults that still act that way because they've been hurt. There's certain YouTubers they don't like, so certain words are trigger words, and they think that you're trying to sound like some YouTuber that people have a problem with. I am me, Phi me, Alpha, Phi Alpha. I am the Lone Ranger. I am Hans Negro Solo. I don't represent any crew or clique. I'm not part of any group. So when I go into a place, when I appear on the panel, I'm representing myself as not only a man, but as a human being, a man of hue, HUEMAN, who also happens to be black or African American, non-slave. So, yeah, that's how we roll. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. And I hope people catch this in the morning. Yes, Grand Rise. This is going to be an interesting show to play back because it's time for me to go to bed so I can go to work in a few hours. But it's been real. And I had to get this off my chest. You feel me? But one day I'm gonna come back as a different lordship and see if you can relate to that lordship. I'm gonna come back slurring my words. I'm gonna be saying phrases like, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Sound like half the teeth missing from my mouth and shit. I'ma brag about the days when I used to rob motherfuckers. And then we're gonna watch this chat room grow and see what's happening. You feel me? I don't think you hear me though. Good night.
Yo, man, I don't think they heard you. Why don't you tell them what your name is?